Hello, 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 my darling disciples. How are you all this fine day? I hope you're well. Hello, Calm Mom. Hello, Oncey. And hello to anyone else who may or may not be here yet. How are you all? I have totally forgotten what TTS is. TTS is text to speech. So I had it set up where the text to speech would... Oh, actually, I didn't disable one part of it. Oops. One moment. I have it set up so that membership messages and super chats and stuff like that will get TTS'd in. But I disabled that for this stream, or rather, mostly disabled it. And now I'm finishing disabling it. There we go. Because today is not about that. I can turn it on and off. Well, technically, well, I guess I don't actually, come to think of it, I don't actually have to turn these off because it just, the voice server I use just isn't online right now because I run it locally. But I disabled the Twitch redeem for it. There's a channel point redeem because I didn't want people to waste their channel points. It does make sense for this one since it's more about me reading things. Yes, Kyron, this is the stream where you gave me words, and such interesting words you in particular gave. I will be bouncing around the list of words that was given to me. It will be... I will get to the words in whatever order I decide. So, not necessarily in order of submission, definitely not in alphabetical order. Just as the mood strikes me, I will select words from the list. So certain people, Kyron, might be waiting longer than others. That said, let's start with turning the music down just a touch. There we go. All right. We are going to... I will also be selective with which definitions I am reading. So, we're going to start with a simple word. Home. The place in which one's domestic affections are centered. Which I think is the perfect way to describe that, right? I like to think of these streams like home. And they wouldn't feel that way without you all. And hello, Glitcher Tech. Welcome on in. How are you? Hot Cheeto Man. Not sure what you're on about. So, let's go for this. Thrill. To affect one with a wave of emotion or excitement. Or to be stirred by a tremor or tingling sensation of emotion or excitement. Now, I don't know if this stream is thrilling per se, but hopefully I'm eliciting some emotions. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Glitch Attack. And then, let's see. What shall we do next? Let's do... this one next. Island. A tract of land completely surrounded by water and not large enough to be called a continent. Something in isolation, all alone. Speaking of which, alone is one of the words that was sent to me. Let's do that one next. Separate, apart, or isolated from others, to the exclusion of all others or all else. Or, more positively, unique, unequaled, unparalleled. The example for that one is, she alone is among her peers in devotion to duty. Positive spin on something that usually might be considered negative. And I like that. Speaking of something that's often has negative connotations. Dark. Having very little or no light. Radiating, emitting, or reflecting little light, or approaching black in hue. Good thing I clocked it early and took my meds before I got the nausea and low blood pressure. That's good. Good job. So, let's grab another word here. Concession. The act of conceding or yielding as a right a privilege, or a point or fact in an argument. It is also the thing or point yielded. It can also be, very differently, a space or privilege within certain premises for a subsidiary business or service, as in the refreshment concession at a movie theater. Thank you for the 29 months of membership. Nothing like listening to that soothing voice on a relaxed Saturday afternoon. I'm glad that you're enjoying. Head pets, please. I don't know if this is coming through or not, but we're gonna do this. I don't know how this sounds. This could be terrible. Cross that one off the list. Now. Let's see. How about this one? I like this one. Garden. A plot of ground, usually near a house, where flowers, shrubs, vegetables, fruits, or herbs are cultivated. A piece of ground or other space, commonly with I see. A piece of ground or other space, commonly with ornamental plants, trees, etc., used as a park or other public recreation area, or a fertile and delightful spot or region. And let's take a look at... I like it when tulips and roses are planted widely around. Flowers are delightful. Any good public garden has plenty of flowers on display. At least I think so. I think any good public garden should have those. Whatever flowers you prefer, it should have some, at the very least. Now, to get to that garden, you might need a map. A representation, usually on a flat surface, as of the features of an area of the earth or a portion of the heavens, showing them in their respective forms, sizes, and relationships, according to some convention of representation. How terrifically dry that sounds. Apparently, there is a slang for map. And the slang is the face, as in, wipe that smile off that ugly map of yours. I have never heard the word map being used as a slang for face, but I'm going to choose to believe dictionary.com in this case. That's terribly hilarious. Alright, let's take a look at one of the odd words that was sent to me. Some people chose to send strange words. Is this even a word? Because it's not showing up on dictionary.com. Oh. Here we are. Merriam-Webster has me handled. Exundation. It is an archaic word, referring to overflow or flooding. As in, an exundation of my unending adoration for certain people. Fascinating. I wonder what they meant when they sent that word to me. Let's go back to some more tame words, perhaps, might be the way to put it. We'll stick on Merriam-Webster. I think dictionary.com was doing me dirty. So, our next word is dome. There's two ways to use dome. You can use it as a noun or a verb. So, an archaic definition for it is a stately building or a large hemispherical roof or ceiling. If you're going to use it as a verb, you can use it as a verb to cover with a dome, right? Or to form into a dome. Which makes sense, I suppose. Also, I would like to say that Merriam-Webster has a fun little feature where they have the top lookups of words on the right. And one of them is just what? And hello, Crystal. Welcome on in. How are you? Hope you're well. Let's do... Let's do this. Calmom's comment section. So they're not. Why did it revert back to the top chat when I had set it to the live chat before? Fascinating. It just does things. Let me see. Went to the doctor's yesterday, had a pap smear. Oh. I see. Let me see. I have had a good day so far. It's been wonderful. I slept in much more than I intended. I initially woke up around 8 something and I was like, this won't do. So I shut off the lights that had turned on automatically and went right back to sleep and didn't wake up until around 10. And that was a very, very good decision. YouTube hates me. YouTube is nothing if filled with hate. It's terrible. Interesting. Let me double check. There we go. This might be better. Mesmerizing. Completely engrossing, captivating, or fascinating. Hypnotic or hypnotizing, having a trance-like effect, similar to hypnosis. Some might say that my voice is mesmerizing. I don't know what they mean by that, but... Good for you, you probably needed those extra Z's. That I did. It was a glorious sleep. I'm feeling quite well rested. I did want to be a little bit productive this morning, but that didn't really happen due to the lack of time, but that's okay. Part of the reason for starting these streams later is so that I have time to sleep in if I want to. Deep masculine voices are usually comforting. So I've been told. So I've been told. Let me see. Let's do... What even is this word? That... Is this even... The word you've entered isn't in the dictionary. Alright. We are having to do a search. Alright. Now this one's interesting. I might mispronounce this. Suaviloquent. So it's from suavis and locens. Suavilo. Is there a pronunciation guide somewhere? Hold on. We are going to see if something has a pronunciation for this. My spine hurts and aches even though I took pain medication. So, fun fact about pain medication is different pain medication does different things. So, if you're having inflammation or pain caused by inflammation, then ibuprofen is the way to go. But if it's not inflammation, then you really want acetaminophen or something else that actually blocks pain reception. And then there's, oh, I forget some of the other ones, but alright, I think this will tell me how to pronounce it.
Suaviloquent.
What was that? I'm sorry. Okay, let's try this one. And that just didn't play anything. Excellent.
Suaviloquent.
Suaviloquent. I give up. I give up. Oh, you know what? Maybe YouTube has something. Hold on. Let's go browsing the YouTube. I was not clear at all. Not even a little bit.
Suaviloquent.
Suaviloquent. There we go. Suaviloquent. I don't know why that one was so hard for me, but it was. Suaviloquent. From the Latin suaviloquens, sweet spoken. It literally comes from the root suavis, sweet, and locens, speaking. Suaviloquent. Sweetly speaking using agreeable speech. Intriguing. That one, we're gonna be doing a more simple word after that. Let's see. Let's go for care. You sweet talker, you. I see. I see. It's always the small words that have so many various meanings. We need to provide elephant tranquilizer for women on menstrual cycle because being knocked out is better than whatever the F this is. I have heard from a variety of women that the severity of the monthly cycle is widely variable between women and even month to month for the same woman. And from the sounds of it, from certain people I've talked to, it can be horrifically bad. So, I can certainly understand the sentiment. I'm glad I don't have to deal with it. Yep, it varies. On that note, the word care. So I'm not sure why this is the first definition for it, but a suffering of mind, grief. And also a disquieted state of mixed uncertainty, apprehension, and responsibility. A painstaking or watchful attention. Can also be a substitute for maintenance, as in to take care of something. Regard coming from desire or esteem. A person or thing that is an object of attention, anxiety, or solicitude. Interesting. And as a verb, cared or caring, to feel trouble or anxiety, to feel interest or concern, to have a liking, fondness, or taste, or to have an inclination. Thank you for asking permission to rant. I think perhaps today might not be the day for it. Thank you for asking permission before going off. I greatly appreciate it. That is far more courtesy than most give me before they start. How shall I say? Dumping. On that note, Let's see. We'll try and tackle one of these more difficult words again. I don't know how. You know what's fascinating is it switched back to top chat again. Why does it keep doing that? Interesting. Why do I have to keep messing with that? Yes, YouTube does not. I really just need to be able to, by default, have it load live chat. That's what I need. Oh well. It is what it is. What it is garbage, but so be it. Who sent me this word? I must find out. Himawari sent me this word. What really irritates me is that I'm even a member of the freaking channel. That also... Why would it hide a member of the channel? It is beyond annoying. I thought that eventually it would just go away, but it hasn't. And I don't know how to fix it. Because it's nothing on my end. It's purely a YouTube thing. Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to pronounce this. Oh boy, how exciting.
Floxenorsin ehilipilification.
Floxenorsin epilific. Oh my goodness. And that was so loud too. Is there a quieter one?
Floxenosinilepilification.
Floxenorsin epilification is the estimation of something as valueless, or the act of considering something to be not at all important or useful. I wonder why Himawari, of all people, might have sent this one to me. We shall be having a chat later where he will be disciplined once again. It's not just on your streams either. It sounds like... Interesting. It sounds like it's a very, very long word. It figures that Hima would put that one in there. He would. That's okay. Himawari will learn what happens. Now, on that note, let's do something perhaps. Let's do this. Smirk. to smile in an annoying, self-satisfied manner, or to smile in an affected or conceited manner, to smile with affected complaisance, to simper, or an annoying, self-satisfied smile. Now I wonder why that would be a word you would send to me, of all people, Alright, Glitch Attack. Sleep well, sweet dreams. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you have a good sleep, and that when you awake, your pain, if not gone, is at least lessened. Let's do another fun word. Carousel. A merry-go-round, as one at an amusement park. A circular conveyor on which objects are displayed or rotated, as in a baggage carousel. Or a tournament in which knights or horsemen engaged in various exercises and races. Where did it get that from? Is that really a tournament or exhibition in which horsemen execute revolution? Interesting. Thank you for the lurker check-in, Forrest. In some of your audios, I can hear the smirk. I did a voice acting course at one point, just a little one. And I got a couple of good pieces of advice, but not too much. But the one thing I did get that was exceptionally helpful was that the shape of your face matters when it comes to how things sound. And one of the big things with that, the simplest thing to do, if you want to make your voice sound brighter, is to smile while you speak. Even if no one can see, the smile comes through. And I took that one very much so to heart. Speaking of things from the past, memories. The plural of memory. So this is actually just giving me the definition of memory. The power or process of reproducing or recalling what has been learned and retained, especially through associative mechanisms, or the store of things learned and retained from an organism's activity or experienced as evidenced by modification of structure or behavior, or by recall and recognition. Can also be a commemorative remembrance, like erecting a statue in memory of a hero, or the fact or condition of being remembered, as in days of recent memory. And it can also be a particular act of recall or recollection, as in someone has no memory of a certain event. Truly, so many uses for a single word. On the note of memory and things gone past, there is also the word nostalgia. A sad pleasure experience. Some might even call that melancholic. In recalling what no longer exists, a wistful or sentimental yearning for a return to or the return of some real or romanticized past period or some irrevocable past condition or setting. An example would be, they were filled with nostalgia for their college days. It is also the state of being homesick. A wave of nostalgia swept over me when I saw my childhood home. One moment. Let's try tackling one of these strange words again. These ones that are purely meant to make me stumble over their pronunciation. Oh great, that didn't bring anything up on the general search. Let's try. That didn't show up there. What about in Cambridge Dictionary? Nope. What about dictionary.com? Nope. I'm starting to think that this word doesn't exist. Hold on, we'll try one more search. Nope. I'm starting to think it's not a real word. I did Google it. I Googled it and I DuckDuckGo'd it. Neither search provided a definition for philomyricion? I have no idea. This is one of those words where maybe it is a thing, but it's so beyond niche that it's not recorded properly. I don't know. Either that or it's a foreign word. We're going to call that one a bust. In that case, we'll do another one of the words meant to trip me up. Ah. Could be spelled wrong. Could be spelled wrong. Oh well. That's what Kyron gets. Alright. And this is the last one that Kyron gave me. The little rascal. Prurient. It's an adjective. Characterized by an inordinate interest in sex. Arousing or appealing to an inordinate interest in sex. Or inordinately interested in matters of sex. Lascivious. I see, Kyron. I see. How interesting. I think a certain cat boy might be projecting a little bit. On that note, our next word, defenestration. The act of throwing someone or something out of a window. There's a couple variations on the definition, but that's what it is. I wonder why I chose this word to be the next word. Curious. On that note, our next word is fascinating, possessing the power to charm or allure, captivating, capable of holding the attention or capturing interest as if by a spell. I suppose you could say fascinating is a fascinating word. I'm hilarious. Please laugh. Let's see. Let's go with another one from earlier up in the list here. Let's see. All right. Zoo. An area in which animals, especially wild animals, are kept so that people can go and look at them or study them. Or it's also called zoological garden, a park-like area in which live animals are kept in cages or large enclosures for public exhibition. You know, I haven't been to a zoo in a very, very long time. Maybe I should go at some point. There is a zoo not very near me, but near enough that I haven't been in, well, since I was a child, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I should go. Might be fun. There's also an aquarium, and aquariums are delightful. I love looking at the sea creatures swimming around. We have one of the top zoos in the country here in North Carolina. It's awesome, all natural habitat. That sounds like a lot of fun to visit. Alright, on to our next word. Music. An art of sound in time that expresses ideas and emotions in significant forms through the elements of rhythm, melody, harmony, and color. Or the tones or sounds employed occurring in single line, melody, or multiple lines, harmony, and sounded or to be sounded by one or more voices or instruments, or both. Speaking of which, I need to work on more music. I've been thinking about what to cover next, and I think I know what I want to do. So hopefully maybe some work will be put towards that this weekend, but writing takes priority. At least for right now. On the topic of music, What? Why would it... Okay. Dance. To move the body and feet to music. Or to move quickly and lightly. The daffodils were dancing in the breeze as one of the examples. Let's see. I have such a long list here. It's hard to pick. Let's pick this. Soothing. Making you feel calm. The examples are, I put on some nice soothing music, and her words had a soothing effect. The thesaurus section here says, not strong or forceful, as in gentle, mild, soft, or light, which makes sense. Let's see. Let's go for this. Ignominious. Especially of events or behavior embarrassing because of being a complete failure. Now, Himawari, why would you send this word to me, for me to read the definition out on stream? Why would you do this? What did he mean by this? Curious. Curious indeed. I believe our conversation later is going to be a very, very long one indeed. All right, then. It's okay. I'm not bothered at all. Certainly not. Let's see. What about this word? Dulcet. I don't like the way this one does it. There we go. Dulcet, as in pleasant to the ear, melodious. The example here are the dulcet tones of the cello. Pleasant or agreeable to the eye or the feelings, soothing. And the archaic definition I have here is sweet to the taste or smell. Interesting. Usually it's the first definition, pleasant to the ear, or melodious. Dulcet tones is usually how I hear it used. Interesting. Also, apologies if you heard a dog barking just now. I have the window open. I don't know what is and is not getting through the background. Let's see. Let's try this one. Taste or smell, never heard of that usage. It is an archaic usage, so probably a very, very old way of using it. Let's try this one instead. So, I feel like this one is going to require us to dive into a second word. Seductive. Intending to seduce someone. Or making you want to do, have, or believe something because of seeming attractive. And to go further in, if we look at the definition of seduce, to lead astray as from duty, rectitude, or the like, corrupt. Or to persuade or induce to have intercourse, shall we say. It is also to lead or draw away as from principles, faith, or allegiance. Can't imagine how that might apply to anyone here. Least of all me. Let's see. Alright. We'll get the final word that Himawari sent me out of the way. Okay, now this one I actually have no idea why he sent it to me. Genuinely. Mastication. The act or process of chewing. The act or process of grinding, shredding, crushing, or kneading to a pulp. Or, on the subject of forestry, it is the act or process of grinding up small trees and brush in a forest in order to thin it out or reduce the fuel available to forest fires. Huh. What an odd word. Very bizarre. Bizarre indeed. What a good way to put it. Alright. Let's see. Let's go with this. No, this isn't one word, but that's okay. Roller coaster. A small gravity railroad, especially in an amusement park, having a train with open cars that moves along a high, sharply winding trestle built with steep inclines that produce sudden, speedy plunges for thrill-seeking passengers. Yes. That is what a roller coaster is. I like roller coasters. I haven't been on one in ages. I always feel weird going into roller coaster line solo because you're supposed to be sitting side by side with someone. It's just, I don't know. It feels like a group or a duo activity, and I don't know. Maybe I'll drag someone along for roller coaster rides at an amusement park one of these days. Have some fun. Oh, you hate them? I love them. They are a lot of fun. You love roller coasters? Excellent. Glad someone else here does. Speaking of roller coasters can cause a spike of adrenaline. The first thing here, in relation to biochemistry, epinephrine. Which I don't know why they put that there. Oh, I see. US name epinephrine, a hormone that is secreted by the adrenal medulla in response to stress and increases heart rate, pulse rate, and blood pressure, and raises the blood levels of glucose and lipids. It is extracted from animals or synthesized from medical uses such as the treatment of asthma. Interesting. It is also the feeling of excitement, alertness, and intensity caused by the release of epinephrine in the body. Ah, there we go. My brother and I rode them a lot growing up. I rode on a few. Not nearly enough, is what I'll say. Let's see. How about this one? Fireworks. A show in which large numbers of fireworks are let off simultaneously. Interesting. I feel like that's not a very good definition. Why is this just giving me garbage? Plural and collective of firework, which is a device consisting of a combination of explosives and combustibles set off to generate colored lights, smoke, and noise for amusement. Or it is also referring to a display of such devices as fireworks. It is an exciting or spectacular display, as of musical virtuosity as well. We'll be enjoying fireworks for the 4th soon. That we will. I have actually been invited out for the 4th of July already. My friend is planning on doing another get-together at his place for it, so I'm looking forward to that. Which actually, it sounds like I'll be doing stuff with people on the weekend before. That said, that will be on stream. Let's see. You know what I could do? I do still want to do a 4th of July stream. Maybe for 4th of July. Oop. It's totally not M. Thank you for the subscription to the channel. That's over on the YouTube side. I appreciate it. Even if you're likely not here and probably watching one of my videos instead, but thank you nonetheless. That's great, have fun. I will probably do a stream on the 4th of July. Maybe stick with good old Americana songs. Try and collect a few that I can sing on stream. On that note, let's see. Sonorous or sonorous, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Having or producing sound. Having or producing a full, deep, or rich sound. Or impressive in style of speech, as in a sonorous oration. Oh, that's right, it's on a Saturday. It is on a Saturday. So I want to stream, and then also I'll go and hang out with people. Now the next word is, I've heard it pronounced both route and route. It is a course, way, or road for passage or travel. A customary or regular line of passage or travel. It can also be used as a verb to set the path of, to send or forward by a particular course or road. Apparently, it's also used as an idiom, as in go the route or go the route, to see something through to completion. Or, in relation to baseball, to pitch the complete game. The example here is the heat and humidity were intolerable, but the pitcher managed to go the route. I've never heard that before. Fascinating. Huh. I suppose that makes sense. Huh. Learn something new every day. 3 days after your birthday? When I was a child, I used to think the fireworks for my birthday. That sounds like something a child would think. I know I had all sorts of strange thoughts and wonderings when I was a child, so... I'm not terribly surprised by that. Ah, coffee, coffee, coffee. Lovely, lovely coffee. My favorite thing. Let's see. We still have plenty of words. Let's go with... You know what? This is one of the last interesting words that were sent to me. Interesting. Sesquipedalian is a word, it's an adjective for given to using long words, or of a word containing many syllables. I would say several of the words that were presented to me for this were sesquipedalian in nature. Fascinating. On that note, another word that is long and with many... And we'll just say it's long. That word is so ironic, that's why I put it in there. I had thought so. Discombobulated. Confused, disconcerted, or upset. Ah, hilarious. One of the examples is everything about my morning was discombobulated and strange. The irony is destroying me. Considering that the reason this word is here is because I used it, because I was discombobulated one morning. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. sometimes I really do think the world is conspiring against me. And there's so much pressing evidence. Let's do a few more. I don't know that we're going to do every word on the list, but we're going to get very close. Let's do this one next. Castle. A fortified, usually walled residence as of a prince or noble in feudal times. The chief and strongest part of the fortifications of a medieval city. A strongly fortified, permanently garrisoned stronghold. It can also be any place providing security and privacy. The example here is, it may be small, but my home is my castle. That's me in my room. I just have a room in a house, but my room is my castle. Carnival. Rather than the opposite of a castle. A carnival is a traveling amusement show having sideshows, rides, etc. Can also be any merrymaking, revelry, or festival as a program of sports or entertainment. I haven't been to a carnival in a long time either. Let's see. And you're on your throne right now. Indeed, a very comfortable one it is as well. Baritone. A male voice or voice part intermediate between tenor and bass. Or a singer with such a voice. It can also be a large valved brass instrument shaped like a trumpet or coiled in oval form, used especially in military bands. I actually played baritone for a little while. It was fun. Let's see. Velvet. A fabric of silk, nylon, acetate, rayon, etc., sometimes having a cotton backing, with a thick, soft pile formed of loops of the warp thread either cut at the outer end or left uncut. Something likened to the fabric velvet, as in softness or texture. The example being the velvet of her touch or the velvet of the lawn. It can also be the soft, deciduous covering of a growing antler. And here it says, an informal definition can be pleasant, luxurious, desirable situation. My velvet voice, you say? Aren't you sweet? Let's see. Let's do this one. Love. A strong feeling of warm, personal attachment or deep affection, such as for a parent, child, friend, or pet. A profoundly tender, passionate affection, often mingled with sexual desire for another person. A person towards whom love is felt. Beloved person. Sweetheart. Strong enthusiasm or liking for anything. And the subject of love is often family. A basic social unit consisting of parents and their children, considered as a group whether dwelling together or not. The children of one person or one couple collectively, or the spouse and children of one person. There's a lot of other definitions, but they amount to say the same thing. I feel like we all very much so know what family is. It's just that important. Let's see. Let's go with this one next. Passionate. Having compelled by or ruled by intense emotion or strong feeling. Fervid. Expressing, showing, or marked by intense or strong feeling. Intense or vehement as emotions or feelings. There's also visceral. Of or relating to the viscera. Affecting the viscera. Or characterized by or proceeding from instinct rather than intellect. Oh, it can also be characterized by or dealing with coarse or base emotions. Earthy or crude are some of the synonyms related there. And the example is a visceral literary style. Interesting. I've never heard it used that way exactly. Intriguing. Let's see. Souvenir. Haku is passionate about voice acting. Yes, I am. Thanks for noticing. Souvenir, a usually small and relatively inexpensive article, given, kept, or purchased as a reminder of a place visited, an occasion, etc. Memento. Let's see. Stage can be a single step or degree in a process, a particular phase, period, position, etc. in a process, development, or series. It can also be a raised platform or floor as for speakers, performers, etc. In relation to theater, the platform on which the actors perform in a theater, or this platform with all the parts of the theater and all the apparatus back of the proscenium. What an interesting word. We're going to go on a bit of a dive here. Proscenium, what is... I've never heard that before. What is proscenium? Well, proscenium, rather, is how it's pronounced. Proscenium. Noun theater. Proscenia. Also called proscenium arch. The arch that separates a stage from the auditorium. Interesting. I've never run into that word before. That's fun. Let's do this one next. Animatronic. A a puppet or figure that moves using animatronics. And animatronics is the technology connected with the use of electronics to animate puppets or other figures as for motion pictures. Something you really don't see as much these days, unfortunately. Animatronics is actually one of the reasons why Jurassic Park, the original one from back in the day, still holds up so well. They used a lot of that. Let's see. Parade. A large public procession, usually including a marching band, and often of a festive nature, held in honor of an anniversary, person, event, etc. Can also be a military ceremony involving the formation and marching of troop units, often combined with saluting, the lowering of the flag at the end of the day. Can also be the assembly of troops for inspection or display, or an ostentatious display. Going to be honest, not a big parade guy. I've been to several parades. They're fine, but they're usually my least favorite part of any festival. I like the stands and going around trying all the different food, seeing what the vendors have for sale. There's often some very interesting things at some festivals. Things you wouldn't normally find elsewhere. Let's see. We'll get through a few more at least here before I depart for the day. Intonation. The pattern or melody of pitch changes in connected speech, especially the pitch pattern of a sentence, which distinguishes kinds of sentences or speakers of different language cultures. The act or manner of intonating. The manner of producing musical tones, specifically the relation in pitch of tones to the key or harmony. That's where I like all the vendor booths. Same. Let's see. Flirtatious or flirty. Given or inclined to flirtation. Pertaining to or suggesting flirtation. Flirtation being the act or practice of flirting, coquetry. And flirting is, or flirt, to court, trifling, or act amorously, without serious intentions, play at love, coquette. To trifle or toy, as with an idea. We had to dive a couple layers deep to get to the proper definition there. Let's see. Now, this isn't one word, but we'll include it anyways. Haunted house. A house that is believed to be a center for supernatural occurrences or paranormal phenomenon. can also be a Halloween amusement attraction in which a building or series of rooms is decorated to frighten the people who pass through the attraction. We do love a good haunted house. Let's see. A very popular Halloween event indeed. So this morning, I had a thought. Just now, this morning. Well, not just now, but this morning. I was thinking in the long term towards Halloween. And I had a concept for a haunted house audio drama. Either, you know, actually visiting an actual quote-unquote haunted house and then having as like a dare, and then having it turn out to be actually haunted, and that being a bit of a problem, shall we say. Or a haunted house attraction turning out to have an actual haunt going on, and having some of the people running the haunted house freaking out about that. Aku already has a skull on his desk. Yes, I do. Attraction is our next word. The act, power, or property of attracting. Attractive quality, magnetic charm, fascination, allurement, enticement. A person or thing that draws, allures, or entices. A characteristic or quality that provides pleasure, as in an attractive feature. It can also be an entertainment offered to the public. Sounds like a great idea. It will be a great idea. I need to finish my current project first, but I'm very close to getting that written up. And then after that, it's all voice acting and editing, which shouldn't take as long. The writing it has been the very, very long part. But hopefully I'll be finished soon. I just need to dedicate the time and energy to it. And that has been something I've been lacking lately. Well, I've had the time, but not the energy. We'll put it that way. Smooth is our next word. Free from projections or unevenness of surface, not rough. Generally flat or unruffled, as a calm sea. Free from hairs or hairy growth, ew, as in a smooth cheek. Allowing or having an even, uninterrupted movement or flow, easy and uniform as motion or the working of a machine. We should do spooky Mad Libs again in October. Those are fun. Let's see. Hello, Freya here. How are you? Welcome on in. I hope you're well. For our next word that you all provided for me, charming Pleasing, delightful, as in a charming child. Or using charm, exercising magic power. I am reminded, I think it was like late 90s, early 2000s show called Charmed. I don't know if any of you remember that one. Good, just chilling around. I'm doing great. I slept in, had a great rest, got a little bit done in the morning, not very much to be perfectly honest. And now I'm here with all of you, reading the definitions of the words provided for me. We're almost done. Let's see. Yes, about the sisters that were witches. Yes, it was a trio of them, and they ended up moving in together. As I remember, they frequently did not get along well. It was one of those shows, lots of drama and conflict. Our next word is irresistible. Not resistible, incapable of being resisted or withstood, as in an irresistible impulse. Lovable, especially calling forth feelings of protective love, as in an irresistible puppy. Enticing, tempting to possess, as in an irresistible necklace. You've never heard of this show. It was quite popular. But it is an older show at this point. Hold on. Tangent time. We're looking it up. Yes, I was correct. Late 90s, early 2000s. It ran from 1998 to 2006. As in charming, irresistible Nephilim. Wonder who you could be describing there. Certainly not me. It's a very old show, it sounds like. Oh. Oh. It hurts. It hurts hearing that be called old. Oh. Oh. I know I said it first, but still. It's certainly not new. Anyways. Moving on. Let's do... this word next. Mascot. A person, animal, or object that is believed to bring good luck, or one that represents an organization. Oh, thank you for the follow, Freya. It might take a moment to come through on the notification. I've noticed Stream Elements has been interesting with how it does the activity feed. I've been getting things 7 minutes late sometimes, but thank you. Yes, you all have the Disciple mascot, which I need to use more, but I did use it a little bit now. 7 minutes? Yes, very specifically 7 minutes. I use that specifically because that already happened where it didn't give me a notification, and then it gave me the notification and said that it happened 7 minutes ago. Look, Stream Elements is doing its best. Its best might not be very good today, but it is doing it. Alright. On that note, let's see. We have this one. I'm just going to have to Google. Not 7 minutes in heaven, unfortunately. Alright. Smexy. It's a slang word. Smexy is a blend of smart and sexy, referring to someone who has both brains and beauty. It can also just be a fun way of calling someone sexy. I see. Interesting. Now, I have one more word that is a must-have for any stream where we're going to be talking about words. I feel like we have to go on about this word. It's very important. Let me just... I thought I had this pulled up. I apparently am unprepared. Put that one in there entirely on purpose. Alright, for this, you're getting a little bit of karaoke. It's a requirement. It has to happen. Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. Me father gave me nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose. The biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-I, diddle-I, diddle-I. Ah, he traveled all around the world, and everywhere he went, he'd use his word and all would say, there goes a clever gent. When dukes and maras pass the time of day with me, I say my special word and then they take me out to tea. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-I, 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 diddle-I. So, when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say. But better use it carefully or it could change your life. One day I said it to me girl, and now me girl's my wife. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-I, 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 diddle-I. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Everyone's favorite word. Very funny long word indeed. Indeed, indeed. Well, thank you all for providing me so many wonderful words to read off definitions for. We haven't done this sort of stream in a long time, and I'm glad to have done it again. Karaoke bonus, thank you. You're most welcome. I'm glad you also enjoyed Freya. Let's see. Today's live was educational too. Mm-hmm. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Really like your crown and outfit. Thank you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and raid over on Twitch. I really need to be remembering how to do this more frequently. And the rating system on YouTube is broken. Thank you for the cheer, Freya. I appreciate it. Until next time, which will probably, well, other than the movie watch along on Sunday, we'll be doing a watch along in the Discord for those who aren't aware of it or have forgotten, so on and so forth. We do have that every Sunday night, and then I probably won't see you again until Saturday, though always keep an eye out for the gorilla streams. Now and again I'll do them. But until then, take care of yourselves. Eat well, sleep well, hydrate. Don't dehydrate. Posture check. Make sure you're not all shrimped up. And until then, bye.